yourself, and you live up to what you were meant to be.
Hello! Welcome to the Dude It Yourself podcast with the three boys.
What's up?
What's up?
I'm Adam.
I'm Robert.
I'm Fernando.
Bada bing. Hey, how you guys doing?
Doing pretty good, Adam.
Why does it matter?
You see, this past month we tried something, as we are wont to do, and it was pretty challenging. What we identified what kind of moral philosophy we follow.
Yeah.
I kind of did the opposite of that, actually. I went with the one that I most definitely do not follow.
Well, you're jumping ahead.
Yeah.
Because first we identified which ones we usually follow, and then we chose one that was kind of counter to that, and we tried to follow that for a month.
That's right.
So
I don't read very well.
Yeah. So I started with virtue ethics. That's what I've found myself kind of leaning towards, what I usually do.
I'm kind of in the same boat with Adam there. I tend to lean towards virtue ethics there.
So I'm kind of in a different boat. I don't really have a moral ethic that I follow, so I chose to go a different route.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And for anyone who doesn't know, just super surface level reading, you got virtue ethics, where you identify a good person, try to emulate them, identify what is good, try not to go too extreme with it. Deontology, you set some rules for yourself and follow those. And then utilitarianism, you do whatever is good for the most amount of people. And then there's some other ones like nihilism, where there is no morals.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's
Yeah.
moral relativism, where everyone can follow their own morals and it's fine. And moral particularism, which it sounds like for now you leaned more towards, where you just choose what feels right in the moment.
Yeah, I think, that's probably like what I do on a daily basis. But for this month, I chose another philosophy.
Yeah. Yes. Let's talk about which ones we chose. Go ahead. Who wants to start?
I mean, I guess I'll start.
All right. Do your whole segment. Yeah.
So I chose nihilism. As I said, this is not something I would ever choose. I chose it because it was so far from kind of how I think. The base form of nihilism, he kind of went over it quickly. It's the belief that all values are baseless and that nothing can be known or communicated. That's what nihilism means.
So sad.
When you kind of channel that into an ethics point of view, it's, why does that matter? Because nothing matters, which is a very, very kind of sad but almost beautiful mindset to have. And I'll get...
Mm-hmm. And Robert, have you ever heard the term sad boy Robert?
Yes, all the time.
We call him that all the time.
I haven't heard that until I came here.
It's a recurring theme.
In fact...
It's our own meme.
I think production, for the fun of it, is working on a compilation of sad boy Robert moments.
Oh my god.
Stay tuned for that.
Yeah, stay tuned, I guess. Yeah, we already called you that, and then you leaned into it.
I did, and...
Didn't just lean into it. You jumped off a cliff.
I gotta say, it was crazy. I didn't realize how much it would kind of affect my mental state, which is why I kind of dipped my toe into it and didn't go all in, because to me it's a very sad world we're living in when nothing has meaning, because why do anything? And that's kind of what nihilism is. It's just, I choose not to believe that. So whenever I would do that I work as a server, I would do that with certain tables. I'd be like, why should I say this thing to my tables? Because it doesn't matter. Either way, they're either going to tip me or they're not. So what's the point?
50-50, tip or no.
Oddly enough, I was kind of more laid back with my thing. Like, I didn't really talk to my tables as much or anything. I somehow got tipped more than I expected I would. Which is odd to me, and I don't really understand.
Do you think they felt bad or?
Possibly.
Okay.
Whenever people ask me for help, I'm always that person that's like, yes, absolutely, I'll do that, 100%. To kind of get in the mindset there, I didn't even answer. I didn't respond. I just kind of kept walking. Which was a very weird feeling for me, but it helped in certain other aspects of my life, I gotta say.
How do you think it affected, well, this is a big question, but your life overall, as you did this experiment?
It definitely gave me a different point of view, which was kind of the point. But still don't believe in nihilism. Still, like I said, it's a sad thing to me to think that we're on this planet without a meaning. Though you do have to find your own meaning. Ultimately, I did kind of find some beauty in it, I will say. It was very fascinating to me. I get stressed out a lot by a lot of things. That's just the kind of person I am. I'm a paranoid guy. So little things can stress me out. One of those things was rent. I work as a server, like I said. It's hard getting... I think we've all been there. We know how difficult it is to make money in a serving position.
Yeah.
I kind of saw the backlash of me just testing this out. Not in a bad way. It's just like I started to realize that I didn't necessarily care as much. It's like, oh, why should I care that my rent is due on this date? Why should I stress myself about that? There's really no point. The money will come or it won't. I might be out on the street, but if I'm out on the street, I'm out on the street, and that's all right. And honestly, it was kind of refreshing because I'm always stressed about rent, and I wasn't.
That's good.
There are a couple of other things that were that way too, I gotta say.
So, do you think that this is something? Do you think you're going to stick with nihilism, or is there
Definitely
anything,
not.
Yeah.
But I think there might
Like some small parts.
some
like,
small
yeah,
parts.
like not worrying.
some
about-
healthy things that you can take with you.
Exactly. I'd say that at the end of this month that we were doing this, I realized that I don't have to stress as much about everything, and that's something that nihilism kind of gave to me. Because there's no real point. Either things will happen or they won't. Of course, you tend to make things happen. That's what I believe.
Yeah.
But it was a very fascinating point of view. It was very sad, and y'all saw moments where I was straight up just like sitting there like this.
Zombie Robert.
But it was very interesting.
Yeah.
How about you guys?
Oh, about our do you want to go next? Or do you
sure,
wanna
yeah.
finish it out?
Oh man. So I took like a different approach from our boys over here. I went with the like South America like kind of moral philosophy instead of like the Western moral philosophy. I went with Aztec moral philosophy, and it was a little harder for myself just because like not a lot of people have like practiced online and shown what they did, so I had to make like some rule sets for myself. So like Aztec moral philosophy is like follow the middle and never do the extremes. So like this was hard for me because I'm very like go in all out or nothing at all or just die, and like I had to like calm myself down in the middle, and it was just really hard to like go ahead.
Well, that almost sounds like a principle in virtue ethics,
Yeah.
where you identify a virtue like generosity, and then you don't go either way. You don't give away nothing to be stingy, and you don't give away too much to the detriment of yourself. You're in the middle.
Well, like the difference is like with like Plato and Aristotle, they're concerned with like character centered virtue ethics, while the Aztecs, their philosophy was like best described as social like ethics. So it's more for the people around me versus like myself. So like say like I had a bag of candy at home and I felt bad about eating a bag of candy, right? Or eating some candy out of the bag. And, you know, virtual ethics would be like, you know, myself and get rid of the candy. I couldn't do that. And someone else did that for me. And someone else doing that for me, like getting rid of the candy, just throwing it out in the trash, that is like my community helping me. And I overcame that with community. I may have not done it, but I had my community help me.
So is it? Ooh, I know that what I'm about to say is not correct. So please correct me.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Is it the idea that you don't make moral decisions for yourself? You let other people do that for you?
You do it in the thought of other people. And like you're just like connected into your community.
So it's kind of by the people, for the people mindset.
Yeah. A little bit of that.
So how does that differ from utilitarianism, where the thought is the most good for the most people?
Good for most people. I just it's a little hard because like this is like back in a different time period. So like I don't think thoughts were like that back.
Just a different mindset.
Yeah, a different mindset.
I don't think it's necessarily the most good for the most people either. I think it's the most good for your one separated community.
In this one, okay, yeah.
Like, you know, the Aztecs, also another hard one for me was like, you know, life is a slippery slope and sometimes things happen no matter like how virtuous or the behavior, it can be beat and change your, like, as an example, say like there's really no like karma, and that's really hard to me because like I found that I actually did kind of believe in karma in a way. Like if I do good things, like yeah, good energy will follow. But the Aztecs didn't believe in that. They believed like, you know, anything can happen the next day. Like if I go down the street and some big ass warrior kills me, you know, that's not because I was a bad guy. It just fucking happened. Yeah. And I thought about that and I was just like, dude, like letting go of karma was so hard for me. And I did it. And it was kind of freeing in a way, but it made me want to be a better person. Just because like, well, if there's no karma, just because like there's good out there, I just want to do good.
Yeah.
And it like kind of forced me to do good. Like if I saw someone, I'm like, oh shit, I gotta go help this person. Oh, this person needs help. I'm like, oh shit, gotta go do it. Let's see. Always learn to take advice from others who are more experienced than you. So like in the Aztecs, like they always listen to the elders. If they had like a question, they would ask someone like who's more experienced in this field. You know, don't talk about things you don't know. So like always ask people questions, advice. If they give you advice, take it.
It's very humble.
Yeah, definitely. And you know, there's some people at work and like they would tell me some things and I'd be like, man, you don't know nothing. And I'm like, wait, no, you have a point. Okay. You know, or like if I had a question, you know, Google it, or if, you know, you have YouTube now. So I kind of like morphed it to like our time period now. Cause like it's kind of hard to like go from like the Aztec civilization to like modern technology where we have like TVs and like YouTube and Google. Let's see, more ethics, social things. I had to write all these things because like,
no judgment. I did most of my stuff quickly on notes on my phone in between like shifts or something like that. Whenever I had something.
I did do something a little extra for myself just because like I wanted to do more stuff in the Aztec civilization. They did something very interesting. So like the students for like school, they got 3 choices. They could either become a warrior, they can learn a trade, or become a noble or an artist. And if you chose to be a noble and artist, you weren't picked from like having a lot of money or having a family. You were just like picked because that's what you wanted to do. That was not a good life. You had to struggle a lot. So their homework assignments were to sleep on the floor, go without food, take like showers in cold water, and that's what I did. Not like the whole entire time, but I did try it out. I have some videos real quick if you guys want to see. Hey guys, I've been learning about Aztec moral philosophy. The kids that went to school that learned Aztec moral philosophy actually would reenact situations of the less fortunate. So, as a reenactment, tonight I'll be sleeping on the floor. Oh wait, Alexa, turn off the lights.
Funny, funny.
All right. This one's pretty funny. Hey guys, so today I'm gonna take a cold shower because of my Aztec assignment. You know, a lot of people don't get the chance to have warm water, so I'm gonna take a cold shower. Let's see. All right, that's cold.
You're a wild man.
Thank you. So I took a cold shower and I was like, shit, this sucks. This sucks that other people have to do this. So now I understand other people. So I'm like, oh man. I had to go to bed without like a bed. I slept on the floor on the carpet. I mean, that's still more than others. Like I had a blanket, but I still got to think like, remind myself like, oh, I'm so thankful. You know, we have to help out other people like who don't have this shit. Yeah. Let's see, what else did I...
You have multiple pages.
I know. I really went into a little depth, but you know.
Do you think you're gonna keep doing this philosophy?
I think some part of it. I think the one big takeaway that I got from this is that like in the Aztec moral philosophy, you know, if you mess up, they didn't expect you to be a saint. So if you mess up, you know, dwell in it and then go ahead. And I think that like was the deepest thing for me, because like if I have like the way I was brought up, if I have one failure, like I fucked up. Like you're late to school, you fucked up. The whole day is fucked up for you. Everything's fucked up. And like
get that, believe me.
Giving myself that break.
It's a dirty mouth you got there.
Oh, my bad.
No, it's a podcast.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, that's because of my moral philosophy, which we'll get to in a second.
Got you.
Can we put like animal noises or something over it?
I think we're fine.
Oh yeah, no, we should be fine.
No.
Anyways, I'm sorry, kids. No, I just really like connected with that because I like that was really hard for me to like go ahead and like not like give myself a break. If I messed up, I gave myself a break. If I didn't listen to the Aztec moral philosophy, it was okay. I can go ahead and go on. And I think I'll take some of that stuff with me.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So my moral philosophy that I chose, coming from virtue ethics, I thought that the hardest one for me to follow would be moral moral absolutism. That's what I went with. Woo! Tricky one. I made a strict list of rules, and I followed them to the letter. So here's my first video. It's me talking about developing my rules. Hello. So I have determined that, generally speaking, I follow virtue ethics, specifically Stoicism. So, which I don't. This month, that's not true anymore. It was not Stoicism. I was wrong. See as the opposite, deontology, or more specifically, moral absolutism. So this will be fun. I have made a list of what I call 20 deontology don'ts. So what we got? We got no gluttony. So I'm going to try... Well, it kind of goes with no wastefulness on here. I'm going to try not to eat too much, spend too much.
I didn't do very good at that at Christmas.
Cursing or swearing, no idolatry. These come from the 10 Commandments because, I'm trying the thing where it's like a divine, like dictation.
I did okay at that one.
Yeah, because that's a thing. So I guess I'm getting more specific in doing that too. No murder, no irreverence, and I'm trying to use that for like the earth, my parents.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
I would
no adultery. So,
I did good at that.
Don't have too much fun, even with myself, if you catch my drift. No stealing, no lying, no envy, no laziness, no hatred, no greed, no pride, no flaking.
I would also
I'm gonna keep my word. No apathy. If something's going wrong, I'm gonna say something about it. No law breaking, no complaining, no wastefulness. I already said that.
Was there
no
law breaking?
Cowardice, and no filthiness. So that's what I'm doing. Yep. So
Adam failed the adultery one right off the
I
bat.
did not.
What about the law breaking?
What are you talking about? I failed it.
It was with me.
No! Robert, you are making things up.
Why does it matter, Adam? Nothing matters.
It matters so much.
I watched because it was part of community.
It matters so much because my girlfriend's in the room.
Yeah.
Hi, Rachel.
Sorry you had to find out this.
No, it did not happen. Oh, goodness. So I, every night before going to bed for this month, I took out the list and I crossed off the ones that I failed at.
I remember this because we legitimately would like eat and you'd be crossing off things
Yep.
on this list.
Every time I failed. So my best day, I only missed one, which was no lying. Because I figured out this month, I didn't lie every day, but that day, that was the only one I broke. I lie a lot, I found out. And usually, it's for the benefit of other people.
Mm-hmm.
How are you doing? I'm doing fine. I'm doing great, in fact. These are things that I say to people, even when they're not true.
Yeah.
And it's hard not to do that. Even if in my mind I catch myself, I think, well, what if I just tell them the truth? That's going to bum everyone out, so I shouldn't say it. It's a whole line to walk. But my worst day, I think I missed 10 of them. Which isn't bad out of 20. No, it is bad. It's 50. That's an F.
Oh, shit.
I got an F that day.
Well, the grading system in another country would say different. You got a C, buddy.
Okay, I got a C, buddy. No, it was definitely hard. And the ones I struggled with the most were lying, were gluttony, were apathy, things like that. Because I also found that if I feel like I shouldn't give my opinion on, or rather how do I say this? I felt like I shouldn't give my opinion on everything. Because some things I found that I just didn't know enough about, or I wasn't qualified. But I think that no apathy as a rule calls me to say something. If I think that something is wrong, even if I don't think that my opinion should be valid. It's a tricky thing. But I often find myself taking a back seat where maybe I shouldn't. Throughout the month, every time I faced a particular moral quandary, I would film my reaction to it. Okay, so I've been trying to make the ethical decision about what to eat for lunch today. I'm really feeling like a hamburger, but I'm feeling like that would be unhealthy, and that would be dirty for me. That would be, a lack of discipline. So, I decided something else, something local. I think I got this. Because, McDonald's is terrible for you, right? I'd be shilling for a brand. That's even dishonest. So instead, there we go. Feltner Brothers, local burger chain.
Were they good?
It was still very bad for me, but it was tasty. It was good. Tasted good. Here's another moral quandary. So I'm facing a moral quandary right now.
Yeah.
So basically, I can't lie.
How was that?
And over here, someone just at Chili's pretended that it was their birthday and had a free cake. So is it not my moral responsibility now to go tell them that it's not their birthday, in fact, and that they were swindled?
Be the paladin you truly are, Adam.
But think of the table, Adam. You're gonna ruin the whole vibe of the table.
That's not on my list. I
love it.
Oh,
I did
come on,
love
it
this,
should be. It
Adam.
should be on your list.
I also like that you put Savvy on blast.
Because
He was gonna do it.
I understand.
I knew you were gonna do it.
Your moral code. I understand.
I am in such a moral quandary because I don't want to, and my heart of hearts right now, I'm not going to.
It would be really bad if you did.
But the more we talk about it, that might change.
It'd be really, really bad.
What would happen?
It'd be really bad.
What would happen? Would they take the cake away?
Yes. We're banned from Chili's forever. I have to face the guilt.
Yeah, cut it there. That one was a longer video. But then in the car later, I realized that I didn't do it. I didn't tell the Chili staff about it. Or maybe I should have.
Is this in black and white?
No,
Okay.
It's just dark in the car.
Gotcha.
So, Is it the same as lying if I just forgot to tell them? Because we're gone. We driving. I asked Drew if he would take me back to the restaurant to tell them.
You had plenty of opportunities to tell them. You're just too afraid to say it.
That's
You're
true
afraid
to
of the
some
social. You were afraid of the social ramifications.
That's true to some degree, though. My plan was to say it as we were leaving.
And
But we forgot.
how'd that go?
I forgot. We were talking about other stuff. But Drew now refuses to take me back, so it's out of my hands. So where does the philosophy sit?
You come back tomorrow and tell them. Hey, you remember?
What I ended up doing was I called them the next day, and I told them.
Yo,
You actually.
I
you
did.
actually called them.
I did tell them.
I was gonna say like if you
I'm-
forgot that that's
I
that's
bet
out
they
of
were
your
straight
hands.
up like, okay.
Oh, I just said it and hung up. I didn't hear the response.
As someone
Did
who
you
works in
report
a
it?
restaurant,
My only responsibility was to tell them the truth.
What's your take on this?
as someone who works in a restaurant, I wouldn't care. I'm gonna be honest. I wouldn't care.
I think if I heard that over the phone, I think I'd just like laugh.
I would laugh a little bit. I would definitely laugh.
Here's the next quandary I had.
That would probably make my day, honestly.
Oh, actually, this is
Okay,
for the
so-
three of us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Morally, what's our reaction to the FNAF movie?
I mean, why does it matter? Nothing matters.
I was not expecting that.
I think everyone did like a really good job in the movie. It had a good social aspect, and I think a lot of families can watch it together, and I think that's really good.
Yeah. I think it violates my rules. I don't know how watching it violated my rules, but I think, oh, I know which one. Cleanliness. I'm not allowed to be filthy. I feel filthy.
I love that you were straight up like, I know this violates something. you're like,
So,
I don't know which one.
It's a gut feeling. You know when you violate the rules.
So how did it make you feel?
Yep. And then here's my last moral quandary. So I have 1 week left on my deontology experiment, my moral absolutism. So guy parked behind my car because I parked in the space.
I remember you telling me.
You told me about this.
And then the people I was with lied and said that they didn't know whose car it was.
I didn't lie.
And I said nothing. We both said nothing. What is our moral duty?
My car.
What is our moral duty? He came to the apartment. Ooh, he started talking to her mom. Ooh.
My mom called him a jerk because he was a jerk.
Bro, it gets spicy.
Get spicy.
I missed all the drama.
So the question is, what's my moral imperative? Do I need to go tell him it was my car and apologize? What'd you do? What do you think?
I don't think so because it was an honest mistake, but what he was doing could have very easily put people's lives in danger. Because if there was an emergency and you had to move your car, you wouldn't be able to.
That's true. What do you say? Did I lie by not telling the truth?
I mean, like, strictly speaking, probably. But, like,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be too worried about it. I don't know. I would say, I'm trying to think. I feel like if you want to de-escalate the situation, even if he was a jerk and a butthole, you should probably still, like, you could still say sorry even though it made
I would
you
never
sound
say
like-
that.
So, what do you guys think? What should I have done? And then I'll tell you what I did do.
So I do agree that from a perspective, it would be lying. It's a mission from the truth, which is lying.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be real. A mission from, like, not saying something is...
Can I give you a more detailed explanation of what happened? So I had just parked in this guy's space at an apartment building. I didn't know. Apparently it was marked, but very faintly, like it had worn away. It was not marked. It's supposed to be, but it wasn't marked. And there was a sign, but it was like at the entrance and not around there. These are things I heard. I'm not trying to lie. Okay, there is no sign. This guy just gets mad when people park in his unmarked spot.
Oh, then in that case, no, he's just.
But he parked behind me, and then he came over to the apartment, and the family that I was visiting had me hide in the pantry.
Yes.
And, okay, I voluntarily hid in the pantry. And I got someone here who's fact-checking me, because he was there. I hid in the pantry, and because they were saying that they didn't know whose car it was, but that he shouldn't be doing it. They were trying to, say that they were objective, they didn't have a horse in the... Yeah, that's a picture of...
May I?
Yeah, that's a picture of my car and the guy behind it. Yep, just parked behind.
So he just parked behind and was like, hey, that's my spot?
Yeah, because he's mad. And so I'm hiding in the pantry and just not saying anything as they say, we don't know whose car that is. And I didn't say anything, so I did lie by not speaking up.
Yeah.
Even if he was in the wrong, I did violate my rules by not saying anything.
You did not say anything, which it would kind of be lying. However, I also think that that's... Like, from your moral standpoint, yeah, you lied. But
And I
also,
failed.
in this context...
Yeah. What do you think, Fernando?
It's...
The only part I'm upset about is how close you parked to that line in the parking spot.
Yeah.
How's that person supposed to get out of the car?
I'm in the line.
I'm just kidding. Okay, back to being serious. I think it depends. This person didn't necessarily deserve the truth.
Ooh,
but
take.
I understand that, but from Adam's moral...
Let me try to
from what he was doing, yeah, he would have had to say something. That would have technically you failed at one aspect of yours because you didn't say something.
No, I disagree because he said that's my parking spot. It's not his parking spot.
Technically, yeah, you would be correct.
So you wouldn't be lying to him if you told him
According
I parked
to the information
in
that we have
your
gained through
parking spot.
Just to reiterate this part of the story, before he came over to the apartment, my girlfriend had went over to try to work things out, offered a solution that he could park in her spot, but he rejected it and came over to knock on the door to escalate things. He apparently has a habit of doing this, knocking on people's doors and being ugly to them. So that's just further context.
You guys should just report the leasing consultant. Okay.
Oh, we can talk about the other guy all we want, but me.
I still say that just from what you said about
Look, there's nothing in my rules about being arrogant.
Moral
and
absolutism.
Yeah, I lied, right?
You would have to tell.
See, I knew it. I'm a failure, and Robert said it.
I didn't say that.
I didn't say that.
He said I'm a failure.
I danced around that. No,
He said I'm a failure.
Okay.
No, I count it as a failure.
Yeah.
But I think that morally, there might be a version where I still kind of make up what I did wrong. Like maybe if I leave a note on his doorstep.
Yeah, like
should it be anonymous though, or is that still me lying?
I don't think anonymity would have been you like.
So
I don't.
So question here, so in your philosophy, are you trying to make the whole truth come out, or because he told you something that is his version of his world that is incorrect? So I don't think it's lying necessarily, because he would want you to lie and say that you parked in his parking spot when it's not his parking spot. Mm-hmm. Are you there to find the whole truth and define it and be like, hey, this is not your parking spot. I did park in that parking spot. What are we going to do about it? Is that one or two?
That might have been the best move for me to do. It's just for me to talk to him about it. Maybe.
Adam, throw hands.
I appreciated everyone who stepped forward on my behalf, especially since I didn't know him. And I didn't know what he was like, what he's capable of.
Yeah.
And they did know. Yeah. But I don't know.
I still think, from an outsider's perspective, could have ended a lot worse.
True that. As far as what parts of this philosophy I might keep with me, for me, I don't know if much is going to change about the way I approach moral philosophy, because I've always tried to have, if not a list of strict rules, a list of things that are always in my mind of, these are the things I know I should do in a situation. Let me decide right now what's the best move. I know in general I shouldn't lie. Given the situation, how am I going to treat it? Which one could view as moral particularist, but because of the particular lens I use, I would say virtue ethics, because I view it through what's the extreme version of not lying, what's the not extreme version of not lying, and that's what I try to follow. So I don't know if much is going to change about the way I do things. I don't like moral particularism. Not good at it.
I was pretty happy. If you guys want to join.
Oh, Rob.
I'm so sorry.
They legitimately like communicated like moments and everything like that. Meanwhile, I was like, if I'm being true to this, I say nothing.
Well, yeah.
And I just kind of, it gets to that point where you just kind of swirl and keep swirling and you keep going down and down and down and down.
Why would you take videos or notes when, I mean, what's the purpose?
Yeah,
What's
exactly.
the point?
Why would I rant when there's no point at all? Because nothing matters.
That's right. No one likes going on a rant. Anyway, we will see you next time. And remember, you never have to ask other people to help you, because you can always do it yourself. Except Fernando would want people to help you, because he's an Aztec now.
And why would I want people to help me? Because it doesn't matter in the end. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.